What's good, people? What's good, people? We back. Another edition of TheSourHourPodcast. Brought to you by Killer Sounds, RG Mixtape Series. Oh, man, we got a good one. Let's get right into it, man. Y'all know the ritual already. Get your instrument of choice, your fronto, your grabber, your backwood, your dutchie, your bar marley, rolling paper, whatever your instrument of choice is. Roll up, board the plane, sit back and get high with me. It looks like things is getting crazy for my boy Drake and the Six. We go get into the whole rap beef situation with him and kendricklamar, the recent shooting at Drake's residence in Canada, and much more. So, yeah, bear with me. Yeah, I already know what it is. Roll up, board the plane, sit back and get high with me. Let me get this news clipping going for y'all. In 1 second. All right, here we go.
Let's take you live now to the Bridle Path area where police are updating their investigation just outside Drake's home. Let's listen in live.
Pleased to be here today.
Before we get started, today's strand I'm smoking on, that White Widow, 23% THC level. This strand been out for a while, so if y'all familiar with White Widow, y'all know the effects already. Keeps you mellow, gives you a great amount of munchies. So, you know what I mean? If y'all familiar with the White Widow, if you're not, go try that. It should be available at a lot of dispensaries within your area. You know what I mean? Just go in there, ask them about the White Widow. They'll let you know. But let's get into it.
I know there's a lot of interest in this incident, and I hope you can also appreciate that information is very limited this time, so I only have so much. What I do know, I will advise you of, and I will take a few questions at the end. This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound.
So we do know someone is confirmed to be shot at Drake's residence.
That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working apparently as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred.
Okay. So the person shot was one of Drake's security guard outside of the residence. So it looks like someone tried to pull up, gain access, was denied, and things flared.
We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time.
Okay. So, like they said, they have suspicion there was a vehicle involved. So, you know, looked like someone might have tried to pull up, gain access, was denied, and, you know, a struggle to sue. But then again, you haven't heard about nobody just pulling up at, you know, Drake's residence unannounced. You know what I mean? So, you know, let's see what's going on.
Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses for it, as well as we can canvassing for video.
Yeah, so they're going to be all over that area, knocking on everybody's door. I could imagine most likely everybody over there got some type of surveillance system attached to their house. So, yeah. You know, Just got to think about that car. They got, you know, some plates or, you know, it's going to get rough, man.
I'll now take a few questions.
Is Drake home and is he cooperating with the...
He did also say it's not confirmed if Drake was at the home at the time, but he is in contact with Drake's team and they are cooperating with the investigation.
This investigation.
I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rat beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation?
Ooh. You know, so I'm going to wind it a little bit, you know what I mean? It has nothing to do with this actual shooting, to my knowledge. But last few days has been a little hectic for Drake, man. You know, Kendrick came and dropped 2 hell of a diss tracks. One, my personal opinion, that Not Like Us, that kind of humiliated and cremated Drake. You know what I mean? My opinion is he shouldn't have even responded to anything after that. He should have just left it alone. But again, this is what they chose. These are the outcomes that's laid out. Let's get into some more questions.
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time. And so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation. Okay, like it's maybe more high.
So the media is even asking if they think it's anything related to the Kendrick Lamar situation. Like, if y'all not understand, this is just not a hip hop feud, man. This thing is worldwide. What's going on here? You know what I mean? Again, my personal opinion, I think it stems from something personal that hasn't been mentioned yet. And Tip has been flaring for a few years. And I believe Kendrick was the one that sparked it. Or did Drake put something out with a subliminal and then Kendrick reacted on that Future joint? You know what I mean? But I think there was something personal brewing, probably a few years in the making. And, you know, the time called.
High profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
The man who was shot still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that left? So
I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition.
Age?
And I'm not going to just...
So the security guard is still in the hospital in serious condition. Now, right now, it looks like it's just a shooting assault. They saying he's still in the hospital in serious condition. So it looks like it's possible, the chances he might not make it. Now, this assault thing gets upgraded to murder. So let's take that into consideration. Let's continue.
No, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys begun your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
Woo! They're going to break. They want it. They have obtained video surveillance that captured the incident. Okay, so now we got to look into if these people were disguised, or they wasn't seen on camera, if that vehicle was stolen, or was the owner of that vehicle present, or was this a staged situation or tactic to sway Drake from this whole Kendrick Lamar situation? Because the world is bear witnessing on what's taking place. And, you know, Drake started out smoking, but Kendrick just annihilated him. You know what I mean? And I know some of you Drake fans out there is very disappointed at Kendrick Lamar, you know what I mean, for his response. And saying that is, I can't see it to where it would be Kendrick fans going to Drake's house and doing this kind of stunt, or even Kendrick's team or anybody associated with Kendrick, because he's not down in this situation. You know what I mean? So I just want to exempt that whole Kendrick Lamar beef could escalate to this. Exempt that, because nothing shows, you know, that could be the angle.
That's plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as drive-by shooting, or more specifically, a stop and open fire?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene.
Oh. Hold up. So he just answered the question without answering the question. He asked him, was it a drive-by shooting? He said, I'm not going to get involved, mention anything about the investigation. But I do know there's a shooting and the vehicle fled the scene. So it looks like it was a drive-by shooting. Looks like it was a drive-by shooting, and they possibly had a big caliber gun, you know, that hit that security guard. You know what I mean? Because it said he got hit multiple times, you know. So maybe they don't got the plates. Maybe the car was moving at a substantial amount of speed and they wasn't able to get the plates. Did Drake stage this whole thing? I mean, you know, let's be real. Security guard is somebody who's paying, you know, payroll. You know, I'm just speaking. I don't know if this is his longtime friend that became a security guard. I'm just looking at the title, security guard. So maybe he got the security guard on payroll. We all know that. Maybe he didn't care nothing for him. You know what I mean? And trying to take the shade off of him with this whole Kendrick Lamar situation and make himself relevant big time with this crazy headline. This overpowers that whole beef situation. Yeah, we got little talks and squabbles because right now what we're saying is he lost the battle. That last track, he gracefully bowed down and waved the white flag. We all figured that out in between the lines of the raps that he was spitting. So not even a week, 2 days later, we have this shooting. I'm saying this is all, you know what I mean? Speculation, my thoughts, theory, you know. Help me out. Elaborate if y'all will. Drop it in the comments. Let's continue.
Law enforcement elsewhere, like Los Angeles in the United States?
That will be part of our investigation. But again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone? Were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Don't know at this time.
You said you have video capturing the incident?
Yes.
The actual shooting?
See? Listen, when the reporter asked him, does it look like the people was trying to gain access to the house? Said, they don't have that answer at this time, but I do have surveillance. So you don't have the answer, because if y'all seen the surveillance, y'all know if the person was trying to gain access or not. So this looked like it was a drive-by shooting. high caliber weapon, most likely automatic, and tragic struck. Security guard was hit outside of the residence. He's at the hospital, still listed in serious condition. So let me drop this down. Let's get into it real quick. Yeah, so since this whole battle situation been heating up, you know what I mean? It's been a lot of speculation. Let me not say speculation. There's been a lot of back and forth with the Drake fans and the Kendrick Lamar fans, and Ross, he's chiming in and out of the situation, with the whole BBL Drizzy and Metro Boomin and all that stuff. It was also mentioned that Drake is upset with Mustard for producing that Not Like Us beat at the height of this whole rap battle situation. So, it's a lot going on surrounding, I don't want to say even both parties, surrounding Drake. Now, hearing people saying when Drake mentioned, 20 verse 1 and all that, he was referencing to how many people's against him. All right, now we got to sit back. This is when we use our mind. Why is everybody against you? Huh? Don't give it the LeBron effect. Oh, because everybody's a hater. It's been a lot of talk about Drake over the years. Let's be real. You know what I mean? A lot of it is bias. A lot of people's personal opinions, but it's a whole lot that makes sense of it. You know what I'm saying? And just look at the comparison of things. Are y'all familiar with the Drake and Common diss? Did y'all listen to Common? Did y'all hear exactly what he said back then? Okay. Then we're going to get into the whole Drake and Pusha. Let's line it up. Let's line it up. Kendrick dropped a reference in one of the songs, one of the diss tracks, something about Drake sleeping with Wayne's wisdom while he was locked up for the gun charge in New York City. It's been a lot of gripe and information and spoil you moments with Drake being sensitive. Diddy smacked him for some sensitive shit surrounding the female. So come on, man. Shoe bitch, wear it, you know what I mean? And it's not looking good for Drake, you know what I mean? Prayers go out to the security guard, you know what I mean? Hope his event turns around, you know what I mean? But it's not looking too good, man. You know what I mean? It's not looking too good for Drake, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Peace.